Top 10 Action Movies on Netflix. Looking for a little adrenaline jolt to your Netflix viewing? We've got you covered. Below, we've curated a list of the best action movies currently available to stream on Netflix. From the more adventure-tinged playful flicks, to big-budget superhero movies, to straight-up kung fu films. Hey everyone, welcome to your entertainment channel Netflix Tops, where we tell you about the top-rated movies and series on Netflix. So grab your popcorn and stay with us until the end of this video, because today's video is going to list down the top 10 action movies to watch on Netflix. So let's get started. Number 10. Code 8. Stories of a superhuman race walking among mankind have grown in popularity over the years, whether it's Cape Crusaders or films that walk off the beaten path like Push or Jumper. Code 8 follows in the latter film's footsteps, following electricity manipulator Connor Reed as he gets swept up in a nest of criminal activity. The series boasts a pair of superhero veterans in Robbie and Stephen Amell, who previously starred on The Flash and The Arrow respectively. Code 8 also features clever use of superpowers in addition to electromagnetism, including telekinesis and cryokinesis, which makes for some intense fight scenes. Directed by Jeff Kahn, the cast includes Robbie Amell, Stephen Amell, Sung Kang, and Kari Machete. Number 9. Four Brothers. John Singleton had a career that spanned 2 decades, helming films including Boys in the Hood and the Shaft reboot that saw Samuel L. Jackson stepping into the role of the titular Private Eye. One of his more underrated films, however, has to be Four Brothers. True to its title, the film centers on 4 adopted brothers, played by Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese Gibson, Andre Benjamin, and Garrett Hedlund. They head back to their hometown of Detroit when their adoptive mother is killed in a botched robbery. Not only do the 4 actors actually act like brothers, they bicker, but ultimately have each other's backs. They also have to deal with a local crime lord played by Chiwetel Ejiofor and a corrupt cop played by Josh Charles. Combine all those elements and you get a modern crime epic. Number 8. Paper Tigers. You've probably seen a million variations on this story before. A martial arts prodigy learns that his master has been murdered by a malevolent force and seeks justice by using his skills. But the Paper Tigers flips the script to great effect. The prodigies are middle-aged men dealing with issues including fatherhood and midlife crises. Writer-director Bao Tran and the rest of his film team had to fight an uphill battle as major studios wanted to pursue a vision without an Asian American lead, which was part of Tran's vision. He was eventually able to make the film he wanted with an Asian American lead in Alan Oy and a setting of Seattle, which paid homage to the late Bruce Lee. The end result is a hilarious action-packed romp that definitely is worth a watch. Number 7. 21 Bridges. The late Chadwick Boseman brought us all to every role he played, whether it was playing T'Challa in Black Panther or historical figures like James Brown and Jackie Robinson. 21 Bridges is no exception, as Boseman plays Detective Andre Davis with a steely exterior and a razor-sharp mind. Davis is drawn into a case involving a pair of criminals who find themselves pulled into a conspiracy and decides to lock down all the bridges in Manhattan in order to trap them. Brian Kirk, best known for directing Game of Thrones, keeps the film moving at a steady clip and punctuated it with bursts of bloody violence. Add a cast that includes J.K. Simmons, Stephen James, Sienna Miller, and Keith David, and you have a recipe for a solid Saturday night movie. Number 6. Fistful of Vengeance 2022. The Netflix original series Wu Assassins remains severely underrated and a genius concept. Mixing mysticism, martial arts, and a predominantly Asian cast sounds like a recipe for success, but the series didn't find its audience. Thankfully, that may change with the release of Fistful of Vengeance, which acts as a follow-up to the series' first season. Not only does the film feature the return of Wu Assassin stars Iko Uwais, Louis Tan, and Lawrence Cao, but it features what may be some of the best martial arts sequences in modern-day action films, courtesy of director Royal Rian. Give it a watch if you loved Mortal Kombat or Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Number 5. The Harder They Fall. The Harder They Fall is a throwback to classic westerns and a great movie in its own right thanks to director and co-writer Jim Samuel. Samuel said that he grew up watching westerns, and it shows. From the opening title to the shootout in the final act, there is plenty of Stetson and six-shooting action to go around, and horses charging through the dusty plains. And that's not even counting the film's stacked cast, which includes the talents of Jonathan Majors, Regina King, and Delroy Lindo. Idris Elba is also a revelation as the villainous Rufus Buck. Number 4. The Old Guard. The world of comic books has led to a plethora of live-action film and TV projects, most notably for Marvel and DC Comics. However, indie publisher Image Comics has also dipped its toe into this pool, with the best effort being The Old Guard. Based on the miniseries by Greg Rucka and Leonardo Fernandez, the film follows a group of immortal mercenaries who find themselves on the run from a pharma bro who wants to harness their abilities for profit. Really, all you need to know is that Kiki Layne is a born action star and Charlize Theron wields a massive battle axe. Greg Rucka adapted his own comic book for the screen, and Gina Prince-Bythewood directed this well-reviewed shoot-'em-up. The ever-impressive and screen-commanding Charlize Theron stars alongside Kiki Layne, Matthias Schoenaerts, and Chiwetel Ejiofor as an immortal mercenary out for vengeance. Number 3. Extraction. One of the most popular Netflix movies ever stars Chris Hemsworth as a notorious mercenary tasked with rescuing the kidnapped son of an international crime lord. Extraction has received mostly positive reviews and debuted on Netflix to massive viewership. Joe and Anthony Russo have made quite a career for themselves after their work at Marvel Studios, producing and directing multiple film and TV projects under their AGBO Films banner. One of the first projects they produced was the action film Extraction, starring Chris Hemsworth and directed by their longtime second unit director Sam Hargrave. As mercenary Tyler Rake, Hemsworth trades Thor's hammer and golden locks for an action hero scowl and an assault rifle, engaging in gritty and gory action as he escorts a drug lord's son to the city of Dhaka. The standout sequence is a 12-minute single take as Rake moves through an apartment complex dispatching foes. Number 2. The Last Samurai. Yes, the idea of white man travels overseas and immerses himself in the culture is a movie trope way past its prime. But The Last Samurai is still worth a watch, thanks to its cast, its exploration of samurai culture, and its expertly crafted fight scenes. From samurai attacking the British Army in The Fog to Nathan Algren, Tom Cruise, and Murotsugu Katsumoto, Ken Watanabe, launching their final assault on the Imperial Army. Each action sequence is beautiful yet brutal, especially with Hans Zimmer's rousing score playing in the background. 2 years after the lame, mindless MI2, Tom Cruise starred in an uncommonly thoughtful epic, appealingly earnest if flawed. Cruise stars as an American military officer who becomes unexpectedly affected by Japanese tradition at the dawn of modern warfare. The Last Samurai grossed a massive $456 million and was nominated for 4 Oscars, including Best Supporting Actor for Ken Watanabe. Number 1. The Book of Eli. The Book of Eli, a post-apocalyptic film that was brought to the screen by Albert and Alan Hughes, Menace to Society, and screenwriter Gary Whitta, Rogue One. Denzel Washington's Eli carries a book across the irradiated wasteland to an unknown destination, which puts him in conflict with the charismatic and callous Carnegie, Gary Oldman. From the very beginning, the film does not pull its punches when it comes to the fight scenes, with Eli making short work of a pack of thieves and a group of marauders in a bar, using nothing but his fists and his trusty machete. Heads and limbs fly across the screen in an expertly choreographed and edited fight. And this brings us to the end of the video. What are your thoughts on today's video? Share with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thank you for watching.